Hello and welcome here once again on LATOKEN Venture Capital TV. My name is Xavier. I'll be your host for today. And like every session, we bring you the innovation, technology, and solutions you want to hear about. The best part, you get to hear it directly from the CEOs or the relevant leaders talking about the projects. And remember, you're always welcome to post your questions or comments in the chat box, and we will be addressing them live. Before we move on to the interview, as a reminder, you can see our previous shows and content by visiting token.com/VCTV/shows. Also, follow us on our socials like Facebook and Twitter. One last reminder, anything mentioned here is not any type of financial advice. Please do your research before making any decision. It's your choices and your responsibility. With that said, I would like to welcome the CEO and founder of Kitsumon, James Kirkby. James, very welcome. How are you?
I'm very well today, Xavier. How are you doing today?
Oh, very good. Thank you. Great to have you, James.
Thanks for having me.
Very curious about the project. It's really interesting. I was reviewing the webpage, and I would like to share it later on with our viewers today. But before that, can you please introduce yourself, the team, and a little bit about the project?
Yeah, sure. I'm James. I'm the CEO and co-founder. I'm originally from the UK. The majority of our team are from the UK. Our other co-founder, Sanjay, he's based over there, and our marketing team are as well. So I've been in software development since for the last 11 years professionally. Started out working predominantly as a back-end engineer, then moving more into crypto in the last 6-7 years. We started this project last year. Me and my co-founder Sanjay have worked together quite a lot previously on other projects, and we were just finishing working on a previous project. And we was looking for what to do next, and we kind of had this idea of Kitsumon in the background as a game that we'd been discussing for a little while, and decided to go in and start building it. So we've been kind of active now for the past coming up to about a year since we kind of got together and started the initial parts of this project.
It sounds great. For our viewers, please visit the website. It's kitsumon.com. And if you allow me, I would like to share it so viewers can have an idea. And here we are. Hope you can see it. So now it says here, we go down. Kitsumon is an NFT game about collecting, breeding, and caring for the adorable kitsu pets.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us what is the problem that you foresaw and motivated you and your co-founders to start the project?
This is always a bit of a funny question for us because we're not kind of a picks and shovel type of project where we're trying to build DeFi infrastructure to solve problems. We predominantly classify ourselves as like an entertainment company. We do think of ourselves as a gaming company first that is leveraging blockchain technology to be able to do new things in the gaming world that wasn't previously previously achievable. But one problem that we did start to see with a lot of these kind of metaverse and play to earn games is that the predominant focus was to make money. Now everyone likes to make money, and it's great that you can make money now in video games, and Kitsumon is a play to earn game. But we started to feel that these games were losing the core value of gaming, and what gamers want the most is to have fun, right? So, they want to buy a game, they want to play video games for entertainment value, and the more entertainment value that game has, the longer they want to play it, and the more money or the more time that they spend on that game. And having a long user retention for a video game company is very important. So I would say the predominant issue that we saw that was, some of the bigger games or some of the newer games that are coming out are heavily pushing this, you can earn lots of money playing this game and forgetting about the fun factor. And that is what we're trying to do at Kitsumon. We are trying to build a game and a community and a platform that is engaging for people who want to play a game and who want to be part of something for the foreseeable future, not just to be involved in a year-long quick boom cycle and then it all disappear. We're really trying to build something, kind of an entertainment value, really.
And James, is this game like already existing, or it's still in as a project going to be
Um,
developed?
So Kitsumon, the game really comprises of three different areas of gameplay. So as you mentioned, the Kitsumon game is centered and focused around these these creatures called kitsus. And with these kitsus, you will be able to use them in the three different styles of gameplay. So the three styles of gameplay that we have are one that we refer to as breeding. Now, breeding is where you can take your game characters and you can essentially breed them with other game characters. We've taken an approach with our game assets and the way we've created these game assets to allow each of the body parts that create the character to be completely interchangeable. Even down to the coloring systems of the characters. Now, this is all represented in a smart contract. So with the breeding, what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to breed kitsus and create what we call hybrid offspring kitsus. And with all the kitsus that you produce, you'll be able to use them to battle in our MOBA game. And you'll also be able to use them as part of our RPG game called Professions. Now, if it's just an idea or a project, we are currently in beta test phase for our breeding gameplay. So we launched the beta test last month, and we've already had around 5,000 signups to the beta test. We were just about to launch it just before the market kind of fell through a little bit, a month ago. So we've kind of just been holding off for things to pick back up on that side. So that is actively on testnet on Polygon at the moment, and the other parts of the gameplay are in active development. So the Professions gameplay is being actively built. We're working with a very large game studio over in China called Ada Digital, who have worked on some massive titles before, such as Call of Duty. And they're actively building the art assets for the Professions game. And then after that has been released, we will be in development for the MOBA. So that is all kind of due to be released towards the end of this year, start of next year.
Good, thank you for that. That sounds ambitious.
Yes, some people think we've bitten off more than we can chew by trying to build 3 games. But again, it comes back down to that entertainment factor. Some games are predominantly focused on one area, and what we've found, from our community, is that some people are kind of positioning themselves to play certain styles of gameplay. Some people are accumulating eggs for breeding. Some people are, I know some of our beta testers are trying to figure out how to produce certain kitsus that are appropriate for battle. So what we kind of envision seeing people doing is that they might come in and play the MOBA for a little while, then they might go and play the RPG game, then go and play breeding. So again, it's all about kind of keeping people involved in the Kitsumon ecosystem, and having them interlaced with each other rather than having them kind of just 3 separate mini games. All of them games do interconnect. So if you are playing the Professions game and you own land in our metaverse, you could be producing potions or food recipes that are used to heal people after they've battled in the MOBA, or it could be producing assets that change the breeding mechanics in the breeding gameplay. So while they are 3 big games that we're building, they are all interlinked within our ecosystem.
Okay, good, thank you. We received an interesting question from one of our viewers, Brandy,
Okay.
that says, "What does Kitsune mean to you and the team, and how did it come to inspire the name Kitsumon?"
So the name Kitsumon comes from Japanese folklore of these mysterious creatures called kitsunes. And these are kind of like a fox kind of style creature, and that's how the kind of creatures have got their appearance. In very, very early iterations or ideas of the game, it was going to be a fox-like creature racing game, but we kind of expanded that further down the line into this kind of metaverse game. What Kitsumon means for us is it's a fun and inclusive game that we want to build. The way that we kind of set our standards is, would we have fun playing this? If all else fails, would we have fun playing this, just amongst ourselves? And the answer that we always try to come to is yes. So if we, as gamers find it fun, hopefully you guys will find it fun as well.
Cool. Well, it has really good graphics.
Thank you.
That seems to be really good.
We've got some amazing concept artists based over in Mexico, near where I am, and as I said, Ada, fantastic guys. So a lot of time and effort goes into trying to produce visually appealing stuff, since it's an entertainment game.
And then this is somehow linked to NFTs, right?
Yes, so all the game characters are represented as NFT assets. The main characters are represented as ERC721 on Polygon, as I mentioned. And in the professions game as well, what you'll be able to produce in that game is, again, 721 and 1155 assets, but can all be traded within our marketplace. So we have an in-house marketplace that we use rather than relying on third parties like OpenSea. We took the opinion of building our own. So all these game assets are traded within our marketplace. And last time I checked, we did around $250,000 worth of volume in the marketplace. I know when Coinbase launched their NFT marketplace, we had a bit of a joke that we'd done more volume than them. I'm not sure if that still stands up on stats, but it was fun for a little while to have a little bit of a joke about it.
Good. Now, in the webpage, you also have a marketplace, right? Is that like an NFT marketplace?
Yeah, that's right. So that's what I was just referring to. So our marketplace, you can trade currently the NFT redemption cards, which are the eggs, as well as potions. And as the game expands and we add, as I say, the professions, where people will be producing kind of in-game assets, such as, as I say, food recipe dishes, potions, alchemies, different things that they produce within the Kitsumon world, they will all be traded within this marketplace. So this is where people who are playing, the breeding game, and they're producing kind of offspring that are desirable for battle. This is all the place where the trade element will take place. Now, the NFTs are compatible and they are tradable on third-party marketplaces, but we looked at these third marketplaces, and they really limited the functionality that we wanted to provide to people. So we built our own just to allow the extra flexibility in what we can do with the marketplace.
Cool, great. Now let's jump on a topic that's really relevant for our viewers today, the token. Can you please tell us, how does the token get involved in the whole project and the ecosystem?
Sure. So the token KMC is the underlying utility for all of the Kitsumon gameplay. So all of our marketplace, all of our NFT items are bought and sold in KMC. KMC is the sole currency that the infinity potions are sold in. So infinity potions are our potions that are used to enable breeding in the breeding gameplay. So all of them potions are exclusively bought and sold in KMC. When the Professions game launches, there will be an in-game currency called Candy. Now, this is due to a lot of App Store regulations and rules around in-app purchases. So when playing the Professions game, users inside of the game will have to use a currency called Candy, and that currency, is only purchasable via KMC. So KMC is used essentially throughout the game to buy and sell assets to unlock new features. For example, being able to rename your hybrid kitsus, to be able to buy name tags, to be able to buy all the potions that are used within the game. And eventually we'll be hopefully releasing merchandise stores that will also be used via purchasing KMC.
Got it. And can you tell us the benefits for investors? What can investors expect when they will be investing in the token?
We believe that we've I guess the main benefit to people who are looking to purchase a token is that we've tried to create a very circular economy where people are constantly in need of using KMC. So I'm a big believer in that, the benefit of a utility token for people who are purchasing them is that if the token and the project itself has been designed and derived to have large amounts of utility, lots of projects out there kind of develop their token kind of with these more Ponzi-nomic kind of schemes where they're constantly needing new users to be rewarded and given free tokens. Whereas we're a big believer that if the underlying token itself has a large amount of utility, but in the long run for token holders, that will always benefit. So we've, as I mentioned, tried to design the entire game functioning around this KMC. We have trialed in the past, using, for example, or allowing USDC in our marketplace for buying and selling of assets. And when we discussed with the community whether or not they saw a benefit in this, they all agreed, and we did as well, that everything within the game and the ecosystem should be KMC driven for the long-term benefit of the project and of the token.
Okay, good. Now, another question that I have. There are a few games out there, some of them also with killer graphics, that some of the characters or accessories also put as NFTs, which will be able to be changeable with other networks in the future. But concerning your project, Kitsumon, how is Kitsumon different from other games, online games that are out there?
So there is lots of play to earn games out there. There is definitely some games that feature breeding mechanics. We've taken our breeding system to the next level. So a lot of the other games out there with breeding mechanics, such as the original Crypto Kitties, for example, are all kind of 2D generative art. So one big differentiator, we believe, is our 3D capabilities, being able to completely generate unique 3D game characters derived from smart contracts that are pragmatically produced. We don't see any other blockchain-based games doing that at the moment. We also, as I mentioned, see games solely focusing on one specific style of gameplay. As I mentioned, we are trying to focus on providing multiple different avenues of gameplay for players. And I guess another big thing that we are building, especially for the long-term future, is our esports offering. Not many games are currently focused on esports. Some of them are starting to kind of delve into the area, and I believe the next wave of blockchain based games will be more focused on esports. But we've been taking a lot of time and effort to kind of pre-select and build our esports offering. So we've been building partnerships over the last couple of months with various different esports platforms and teams. And that's where we really think that we'll start to differentiate ourselves in the future, by having kind of more of a professional esports offering that is similar to kind of traditional gaming, such as like, Dota and LOL, them kind of style esport games in the future. That's where we really see ourselves.
Okay, fair enough. Now, talking about the future, I know it's really hard now to forecast what's going to happen because you have market conditions changing all the time, new regulations coming out, technology itself is developing really fast. But where would you like Kitsumon to be in 2, 3 years from now?
Um, yeah, it's always hard. You never know what's around the corner. I think if everyone
Yeah.
had a crystal ball, we would all be billionaires, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, in an ideal world, in a perfect ideal world, we would like to kind of, I guess, dream world is having that kind of craze that Pokemon had when it first came out, where people were absolutely obsessed with it for years, and well, generations down the line, people are still playing Pokemon. We really want to be um, kind of, I guess, I would like someone in 20 years' time to be building a new game based on kind of technology that we can't even fathom in this day and age, and sitting here doing an interview with someone else saying, yeah, we took inspiration from Kitsumon because we used to play that as kids. I mean, that's where we would like to see ourselves in terms of kind of brand recognition as a project and as a game. In 2 to 3 years, I would like to see the game obviously fully developed, and multiple iterations of that game being released, and having a massive, vibrant community where people know, it's kind of almost like a household name of gaming, really.
Yeah. Sorry, you mentioned community. From what I've seen in different projects that we have on the show, the community, it's so important. It's like backing them up, and that a lot of times it shows if the project will have a long term future. Can you tell us about your community? Is your community? I've seen that your numbers and social media. It's quite you have a quite strong community. Are they geographically focused in any country or region, or it's spread out throughout the
Um,
world?
So yeah, community is obviously like what I guess one of the most is the key element really of a especially a crypto games. I mean, everyone knows community is key. So we've a lot of our decisions of how we got to where we are today has been driven by community. So everything from IDO partners, selecting specific IDO partners because of their community. So, for example, when we were doing our initial IDO, we had the option of picking one partner or another. We would always try and pick ones where they had the best fit. So, picking partners, launchpad partners that were focused on gaming. Same with our NFT sales. Unlike most projects where they would do kind of a mint on their website, we again selected NFT launchpad partners because what we found was by doing this, we had a lot of market exposure and managed to build large communities. Um, build a large community, sorry. And it's the same with partnerships. So we've been heavily focused on building partnerships, as I mentioned, in esports, but also with other Web3 and blockchain based games. Again, to get more exposure, we've built our community. There's other projects building their community. And where we see a big difference in Web3 gaming to traditional Web2 gaming is that I think most of the projects that I've spoken to or that we've partnered with all see interoperability as a very key factor for Web3 and blockchain gaming to overtake and suppress Web2 gaming. So by having these partnerships, we've again been able to expand our reach, expand our audience. And it's the same kind of what we're doing with you guys at LATOKEN and over the next couple of weeks is again doing these kind of shows, doing these kind of strategies of building that community bigger. And yeah, we've got some very good community members. So we've got some very core people who really love the project. And again, some of these people have all been found through launchpads and through what marketing activities we've done before. So you know, one of our guys, I'll give a shout out to Michael. We found him on a AMA with our partner Game Station, and he just kept on getting all of the answers right, and collecting all the prize money. And ever since then, he's been a kind of a key member of our community. He started YouTube channels and produces content off his own back. So we do really have a strong community, and it's not just, I don't think it's just me saying that. I do really believe we have a fun community that are highly engaged with the project. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, we're getting some, like, for example, Steven sends his regards.
Hi, Stephen. He's one of our mods, I think. Yeah, Stephen, hey.
You mentioned Web3 now. How's Kitsumon preparing for Web3?
Preparing for Web3, well, we are based on Web3 technology. So obviously it is smart contract driven. You know, we could have built the game, I guess, using Web2 technology. I think Web3 technology provides a much higher level of transparency in what we're doing. I think rather than asking how are we preparing for Web3 technology, I think the key question that's never asked in Web3 gaming is how are you going to cater for Web2 gamers? Web2 gamers might not be familiar with cryptocurrencies in general. I mean, from some stats that we have, there's 3.2 billion gamers worldwide, but only 41.9 million of them actually own crypto. So there's a massive, massive target audience out there that we're trying to take a slice of and transition into Web3. And that can only be done by one problem that isn't really necessarily discussed, I don't think, in great details, and that's the UI UX problem of onboarding into crypto. When you're talking about building a product, you build your UI UX, like user flow of how they onboard and get into your game. And I think most projects and products in this space forget the entire onboarding element of actually acquiring crypto and you know, getting that token, that utility token, to be able to use that project. They completely forget all about that aspect. So one thing that we have been working very hard in development of our UI and all of our product offering is to try and make it as simple as possible for people to onboard. Whether that's designing user flows to be, you know, almost take out and abstract as much of the Web3 component as possible. So it's much more akin to a Web2 game. As well as like strategic planning and moves that we're doing, again, with like exchange listings. Traditional gamers who've never used crypto before might be put off by decentralized exchanges. There's a lot more to consider when custodying your own crypto and having to use, you know, quick swap, sushi swap, whatever the case might be, and providing centralized exchange on ramps to KMC. Again, we hope will help bridge that gap from the 3.2 billion gamers and bring them inside of the crypto and blockchain gaming space.
Okay, thank you for that information, James. Well, we do hope that once the beta test for the breeding game is finished, you can join us once again to the show and give us a demo.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be great.
And you said that that's on test right now. So, and when do you think that will be available?
So our development team currently, what we decided to do with the market downturn is we would use this time to redesign some other parts of our website. So as I mentioned, trying to make the UI and the UX as user friendly as possible. So We've pretty much finished this redevelopment now. So I think after speaking with Sanjay yesterday and our developers, we will be ready to relaunch the rest of the website within around 2 weeks. So within the next 2 to 3 weeks, we would hope to push from beta to a mainnet production of breeding.
Oh, good. That'll be great. We will be very happy to have you here where you can share the screen and take us through it. We love visuals.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we can definitely arrange that, and I can show you the process of actually breeding kitsus together and how they look when they come out, because it's quite cool actually.
Yeah, no, I guess. Very curious, Fred. And to our viewers, please visit the website as you see below in the banner, kitsumon.com. You'll have all the information about the marketplace, the token, the NFT, about the team, and how to connect the wallet. Now, James, if one of our viewers would like to get in contact with the project, how can they do that?
The best way currently is to go onto our Telegram, which is
Actually, you can
you
see
can
it here below at the bottom of the
yeah.
page.
Yeah, it's the just /Kitsumon. So the current community is most active in Telegram.
Mhm.
So they can always hop in there. Someone from the team is usually awake because we're spread across multiple time zones. And if not, Stephen AR is usually online, or like I say, Michael is always around to answer questions, as well as our community manager. And we do have Discord as well. If there's any pressing support issues, we always recommend people go to our Discord and open a support ticket, and someone will be able to help you out there.
Okay, and again, to our viewers, down the right corner, you will be able to see that here they have all the links to social media, Telegram, Discord, and so on. So once again, this is the website kitsumon.com. Please do visit that website. Uh, James, thank you very much. It's been really, really educational. Great to see such a well planned, developed project with the killer graphs.
Thank
Uh,
you.
it was really, really, really inspiring. Now, James, do you have any final words for our viewers today?
Um, yeah, sure. So yeah, as mentioned, definitely check out our website. Come and say hello in our Telegram, and definitely subscribe to our Telegram announcements channels, because we do like to sometimes drop news, special surprise news on our announcement channels. So we always recommend people to get the latest Kitsumon news to subscribe to our Telegram announcements and our Twitter. And I hope you all enjoyed the show. And if you have any more questions and would like to learn more about it, just come and join us in Telegram.
Thank you. Thank you very much, James, for being here, for sharing the project. And to our viewers, thank you also for your attention. Stay safe and have a great weekend ahead. James, with you until next time.
Cheers, and yeah, we'll be back in a couple of weeks, and we'll show you our breeding systems.
I'm very looking forward to it. Thank you very much. Okay,
Great.
everybody, have a great weekend. You too, James. Take care.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.